Is furiously working to contain an outbreak of the dreaded Ebola virus.
Struggling to contain an epidemic of the deadly Ebola disease. Volunteers from the medical charity Doctors Without Borders are helping treat victims of the condition, which triggers severe internal and external bleeding and has no vaccine or specific treatment.
State Senator Richard Moore believes it is necessary to move forward with the passage of the Pandemic Response Bill.
It is something that's really being done to help us all to stay healthy.
If a health emergency was declared in Massachusetts, the bill would allow authorities to fine residents up to $1,000 a day if they refuse quarantine orders or isolation.
So that someone who is infected can't simply, because they choose to ignore their illness or ignore the rules, can't go out into a crowd or into another room and spread that infection and be a risk to the life of other people.
The legislation would also grant authorities the power to enter private property for enforcement purposes. David Kopax is the vice president of the association. He says the bill gives the state too much power and infringes on people's civil liberties.
I think great emphasis in education should go on what's called self-shielding, where, we know now in advance this could be an issue. There's no reason people can't have food and water in their home for a long enough period of time to self-shield themselves, self-quarantine.
Fox News alert on the world food supplies. We have been tracking this story for a few days now, and it is getting quite some attention. Food supplies getting very tight.
Civil unrest. I've told you about civil unrest. What they have said about me, I'm a paranoid lunatic. I'm seditious. It's suffocating vision, I think a suffocating vision of paranoia. Really, I told you unrest was coming to Europe, and then it's coming here.
I'm going to get my head down here for the night. Not looking too inviting. I'll make it short and sweet. Expo Max signing in, so I've bedded down for the night, decided to move on. Where I was staying just didn't seem secure enough. There's people dying all over the shop of this Ebola. There are people in the streets with all sorts of lesions and contagious looking illnesses, and so I've had to avoid all of that. I'm now into the woods and away from civilization, so I'm going to look for another location somewhere away from everyone else that's going to give me a bit of security, where I can just get my thoughts together and start afresh, try and find some food, try and find some water. Taking the last of my resources from my house. I was virtually out of water and I'd eaten the last of my MREs, all but what I've got left in my bag. Should keep me going for a couple of days, and just have to find something on the way. Got to be careful of not drinking from contaminated water, because this Ebola seems to be present around streams and stuff, so I have to be double careful and boil everything and watch what I eat. So here's the woods. Doesn't seem to be anyone about, so let's hope it stays that way. Well, I've arranged to meet a friend that's been in a similar situation. He's bugged in as well. We've stayed away from each other for the last couple of weeks due to obviously not want to risk contaminating each other, but he's in the same situation. He's got no food, he's got no water, so we're going to rendezvous at the meeting point. I'll just see if he's about. Carl, are you about, mate? Can you hear me? Are you near my location?
Yeah, Max.
Okay, I'm about 300 metres from the rendezvous point. It's going to take me about another 10 minutes to get there. It's quite dense woodland.
I think I'm about the same. I'll see you there, right?
Over. Okay, so we've touched base and we know where we're going to be meeting. So we'll get to the rendezvous point and hopefully all will be well. I've arrived at the location. There's no sign of Carl yet, so I'm just going to start making camp. Not sure where he's got to. Would have thought he'd have been here as well by now, but I shall start making a camp up and give him another shout on the radio, see if I can locate him. Okay, well, I'm at the rendezvous point. I'm on my own for the moment. Carl hasn't turned up, still no sign of him. Been trying to call him on the radio, but I'm just going to make camp and hopefully he'll turn up soon. So hopefully nothing's happened to him on the way. With all that's going on out there, who knows what. Carl, are you anywhere near me, mate?
Yeah, I think I should be nearly there. Keep a lookout for me, I'll be there in a second.
Have you come into contact with anyone?
No, not that I can think of, Max. No.
Are you sure, mate?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, dude, how you doing, man? Yeah, good. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure? Hey, whoa. Have you been in touch with anyone?
No.
You've not met anyone along the way here that's given you any kind of, illness? Or... Okay, alright, okay. Well, I'd rather you actually keep your distance for the minute, mate, because I don't know if you're ill or not, so sorry to rain on your parade, but this is my camp. And wait. I don't need you coming into my camp with any kind of illness, Ebola or whatever it be, mate. It's there's a lot of sick people out there, so I'd rather you just make your own camp. If there's anything you need, anything I can do, you just let me know, mate. But I'll be, just the radio. Wait. Stay where you are, mate. Just call me on the radio. You need anything? Give it 24 hours, maybe a day or two. You get any more signs of sickness, and then you're out. You're on your own, mate.
Right, well, okay. It's just I ain't got no water at the moment, mate.
I'll bring you some water.
All right.
Okay? The other way. Okay, well, I'm going to secure my camp up. The last thing I need is someone sick sharing my space. I know it might sound harsh and he's a friend, but if I can't vouch for the fact that he's ill or if he's well, then I need to take my own precautions. So for the minute, he's going to set up his own camp. I'm going to put some tripwires up and some alarms up in my vicinity so that if he comes anywhere near me, I'll make sure he doesn't. Hey dude, how you feeling, man?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I've still got this cough.
Okay, well I'm going to bring you some food and water down, and then I'll leave it with you. I don't want to come too close. I'll leave you some meds and some painkillers and stuff, and then I'll just leave that with you, okay?
Copy.
Okay man, it's as close as I come. I'm going to leave it here for you, and then stay back. This stuff is proper contagious. Hope you're feeling better soon, dude. Just remember, you need anything, give me a shout on the radio. Don't come into the camp.
Gotcha.
Hey, Expo Max signing in. It's now evening time, about 7 o'clock. Looks like the light's fading pretty fast. My friend is suffering a little bit. He's got some kind of fever. I'm hoping it's not worst case scenario and it's just some kind of cold or flu, but we've stayed in touch via the radios, and he's obviously recognised that he's got to keep his distance and take the medication that I've given him, some antibiotics and some painkillers. He's had food and drink, and I've got my camp set up now, so fire going. Probably shouldn't have one, but got to stay warm and cook your food. Okay, well, let's put this into perspective. It's a scenario, it's a mock situation of a shit it's the fan bug out scenario, or bug in until you can't bug in anymore, and then you're bugging out. You've got to use your wits, stay out of sight as always. Stealthy is the way, and you've got to have all your shit together so you can go at a moment's notice. The scenario being that a deadly disease like Ebola is breaking out. The towns are chaos. There's rioting in the streets, looting. The food network, the food chain has broken down. The vehicles aren't transporting any goods to the stores anymore. There's government have banned all gatherings of people, and society is basically on a knife edge. So all you can do is look after yourself. In this situation, I've met a friend. He's got an illness. I don't know if it's the Ebola, and I have to keep my distance because self-preservation is the key. So you can do what you can for others, but until there's a limit of that. If it's going to impair your safety and your well-being, then it's definite no-go. So let's hope none of this ever happens, although it's happening in certain countries right now. In Africa, it's Ebola. We had the swine flu, or so-called swine flu outbreak a few years ago. I think that's more of a psyop by the government just to get people taking vaccines, but who knows. Let's hope that all this talk of the Ebola on the news at the minute is a load of bumpkin, but you know, they've got various deadly diseases, from smallpox and mousepox and God knows what other diseases that they've man-made or they've engineered to be you know, so virulent that it kills up to 95% of people that that it attacks, and who knows what they're going to do with them. So they've got all of these deep underground military bases, these massive bunkers that they can use at their discretion should anything happen. They're going to be deep underground in the safer zones, so you know, it's you've got to stay wise to what the government are doing and how they manipulate and move the agenda to what suits them. So, but in this scenario, I'm still alive and I'm still fighting fit. So I'm going to have some tea now, and I'll catch you in a bit. Well, what we got there is pigeon and mash. So thanks, Pigeon, for being such a good sport and an easy target. And thanks, Max, for being such a wicked shot. So, bon appetit. Well, I'm going to have a quick last coffee before bed. Got to have your creature comforts when you're bugging out. You still need to exist in a half decent manner. So, don't know how Carl's getting on. He will be suffering right now if he's got that fever, and hopefully he'll be feeling better and it was just something that's passing. So we'll wait on till the morning and see how things pan out. So. Fairly good night's kit, but I'm packing up camp now. I've tried Carl's, tried calling Carl on the radio a few times, but there's no answer, so I'm going to check him as I go, and if he's in the condition that I think he's in, well, I'm afraid he's on his own, and I'll be heading out of camp. Carl, can you hear me, man? Can you hear me? Max calling Carl. Just come in, mate. Come on. How you feeling, dude? I just can't hang on here any longer. I'm going to have to trap on. So I'll come and see you. If you're not well, I'm out of here. You're on your own. Carl. Carl. Sorry, buddy. Take care, man. It may seem harsh, but I can't help him anymore. So, there's nothing left but to ship out and move on. Max.